Can an LLC issue bonds? Yes, an LLC, limited liability company, can issue bonds, but it is less common than equity financing or loans. Bonds are a form of debt instrument that allows an LLC to raise funds by borrowing from investors, who are repaid with interest over time. 1. What are bonds? Bonds are debt securities where the LLC borrows money from investors, bondholders, and agrees to repay the principal with interest at specified intervals. Bonds typically have a face value, the principal amount, an interest rate, coupon rate, a maturity date when the principal is repaid. 2. When an LLC might issue bonds. Raising capital, to finance large projects, acquisitions, or expansion without diluting ownership. Managing debt, to refinance existing debt at a lower interest rate. Attracting investors. Bonds may appeal to conservative investors seeking steady returns. 3 steps for an LLC to issue bonds. Step 1. Evaluate feasibility. Determine if issuing bonds is a suitable financing option for the LLC based on its creditworthiness and business plan. Step 2. Draft bond terms. Define key details. Principal amount, interest rate, fixed or variable, maturity date, repayment terms. Step 3. Consult legal and financial advisors. Work with legal and financial professionals to structure the bond offering and ensure compliance with securities laws. Step 4. Register with regulatory authorities. If the bonds will be publicly offered, register with the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, and comply with state and federal regulations. For private offerings, use exemptions under Regulation D or similar rules. Step 5. Market the bonds. Present the bond offering to potential investors, such as institutional investors or high net worth individuals. Step 6. Issue the bonds. Distribute bonds to investors and collect the funds. Step 7. Make payments. Pay interest to bondholders periodically and repay the principal at maturity. An LLC can issue bonds to raise capital, but it requires careful planning, regulatory compliance, and a strong financial position to attract investors. Proper legal and financial guidance is essential for a successful bond offering.